Welcome back to Today on the Vineyard. I'm Sissy Biggers, and this is our final day here at Allie's store as we've enjoyed hosting the president, as it were. And we hope that they're enjoying their last few days here on the Vineyard. You know, we meet some really interesting authors here on the Vineyard every summer, and this one's particularly intriguing to any woman because the title of Jamie Callan's book is French Women Don't Sleep Alone. We're going to finally bust this mystique. Why French women are French women and we're not. Jamie, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here.
All right, don't mind that bus going by in the background on this busy morning. Okay, how do you do your research to learn that French women don't sleep alone, Jamie?
Well, you know, first of all, I am not French, and I don't even speak fluent French, as we just talked about a moment ago. However, my grandmother was French, and so I grew up, you know, watching her, and I saw that her marriage to my grandfather was incredibly steamy and tumultuous, and so I always had a fascination. But to research the book, I went to France, interviewed hundreds of women and men, but I brought along my good friend Jessica Lee, who does speak fluent French.
So you had your translator.
I did. She was with me every step of the way.
But I imagine that what needs no translation is women, and you know, that steamy and that aspect of French women that is pretty apparent. I mean, they're just different than we are.
They are, but there's a reason. They have a lot more confidence than us, and also I think the confidence comes from the fact that they're very mysterious. They're not quite as open and forthcoming as American women.
And do you think that so that's one of the things we should take from French women is we should be a little more open and sort of willing to explore?
No, actually a little less open.
Oh, less open.
A little more mysterious.
Oh, okay.
So, but this comes from the fact that they don't date. You know, America is all about the date, and it's become so important, that Saturday night date where it's just one-on-one, whereas in France they're having dinner parties and they're getting together in groups.
So how does a woman distinguish herself in these groups and get to that next place?
Well, first of all, she flirts with everyone. Flirting is a national pastime in France. Everybody flirts. Men flirt, women flirt. It's really just about entertaining one another. And oftentimes, a man has the opportunity to witness a woman flirting with one man at the dinner party while another one is watching her. So that's how she really garners attention.
But do you think that works in our society? Are we allowed as women to flirt with that many men at the same time? Or do men have an expectation once you start flirting with them in our American society, like that it's going to lead somewhere? Do French women have more leeway to go to this place?
They do, but it is because they're in a big group. Whereas I think you're right. If we start flirting really quite seductively, you know, in a dark restaurant, then I think there's going to be an expectation. But if you flirt lightly within the context of a group, it seems quite innocent.
So that's something that we should take from the French women. What other tips would you give us from the way French women conduct themselves when it comes to men?
Well, you know, when we did the interviews, we asked, first of all, what is it that makes you so sexy? American women want to know. And within every set of interviews we did, the first answer was lingerie. Lingerie, lingerie, lingerie. And here's...
You know, suddenly Alex Friedman got closer from behind the camera when he heard lingerie. Is she right? Is she right, Alex? All right, so we should invest in lingerie.
Yes, and here's the big
yes, Jamie.
news.
Okay.
Not just invest in lingerie, but French women tell us that the bra and panties must always match. They must match. I know it doesn't seem that important, but they said this adds to their confidence.
Well, I could see that could be a quiet confidence booster for a woman. And so do you follow that rule now? Not once you knew it?
At this moment in time, no. But I do try, generally.
Okay, so matching lingerie, flirt with everybody in the room.
Yes.
Then what happens when you get to that place, and why don't French women sleep alone?
Well, here's the next step from the dinner party. This is what's really interesting.
Okay.
Even after the dinner party, they don't necessarily go on the one-on-one date. They go for a walk. They go for a walk.
In their matching bra and pants.
Well, with things over it.
Oh, okay,
also,
right.
Not just the bra and pants.
So go
Maybe
for
a scarf.
So
with it.
a walk is the next part of the seduction.
Yes, yes. And this is really powerful because, you know, France is a very theatrical society. So as they're walking, they're being watched.
I see.
They are watching other people.
So it's part of being seen.
Yes, yes.
And lastly, before we say goodbye, Jamie, what about French women and food?
Oh, very, very important. Very important. And it's all about pleasure in France. So pleasure with lingerie, pleasure with flirtation, pleasure with food, just a little, but something you really, really love.
Wow.
Pleasure.
A lot to gain from your insights. And the book is French Women Don't Sleep Alone. I saw you did a book signing yesterday at a bunch of grapes.
Tomorrow.
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 Because I saw you on the board.
Edgartown Books.
Edgartown
tomorrow,
Books.
Yes.
Edgartown Books tomorrow.
4 o'clock.
Okay, so this is our chance to get close and ask you all these questions.
You can ask me more secrets tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Well, I know you've given me something to really think about today. And I know that there actually is a lingerie shop in Oak Bluffs.
Oh, how perfect.
So
go shopping after this.
It would have been a great sponsor for today's segment.
Yes, yes.
Brought to you by Jamie. Good luck.
Thank
Congratulations
you so
on the
much.
book,
It was really
and be sure
pleasure.
to stop by Edgartown tomorrow afternoon and meet Jamie Callan. This is Today on the Vineyard. I'm Sissy Biggers. Stay with us.